𝗕𝗀𝘁𝗏 Gracy. I was sitting there hearing them speaking Vietnamese. Obviously, I don't understand anything about it, but I did hear a few keywords, such as BlackRock, ETF, and of course, I've heard event from 𝗏𝗏𝘁𝗏𝘂, which is empowered by Bitget, sharing our strategy. My session will all be English. I apologize if that I can't speak Vietnamese. I did try. But today, I'm very happy to be here and sharing what we learned in this cycle in terms of mass adoption, how we grow from the the previous bear market. So before I start my speech, I wanna actually, if the technical team can fix on the noise, that would be helpful. But if not, I do want to understand our audience first. So for those who hold at least one Bitcoin, can you raise up your hand? At least one Bitcoin. No? Is that language or really? I see some, they were like this and they want to raise, but okay, so it seems that it's a group of people who are probably very new to our industry, who probably just started to understand. Hello, oh, this is much better. Yeah, so today I'm here to share what we learned and how we think about the current market. So my speech, I'll talk about mass adoption mainly, and I want to share 4 strategies that we have at Bitget that help us grow into one of the top 4 exchange today. So here are some numbers about us. We are the largest trading platform on copy trading. We have 45 million users around the world. Our daily trading volume is about 10 billion. We have lots of tokens listed, and we have one of the largest influencer network, which we call the elite traders. But I think the thing I want to highlight here is our protection fund, because we've probably all heard about FTX in 2022. Right before, actually long time before FTX collapsed, we've started this 400 million protection fund already, and that time it was only 200. We think it's very, very key because we are centralized exchange and we are custodial lots of tokens for our users. And building that trust is a very, very important step in our growth. Other than that, mentioned we are top 5, top 4 according to trading volume. There are 4 things that really drive our growth this year. The first one I would say is our key result focus. What I mean by that is later on at the end of our session, I will share with you about Bitget's OKR. So we do focus a lot about result. Even if I'm the CEO, I get to have also my OKR. So OKR stands for, O stands for objective. That's like the road that we want to head to. KR is key result. So at Bitget, you won't be able to survive if you just want to, play along. You have to bring results to the table. So the fact that we are very focusing on results, I think it's very key to driving our growth. I understand in this audience, if you are, CEO or a company manager, no one would say they don't care about results. Everyone cares about results. But I have been working in one global company. It's actually an international bank, and have started 2 companies myself. I know actually at Bitget, it's the only company that I see that's so laser focused on results. I think that's one key thing driving our growth. The second strategy for our growth, for mass adoption, is actually ecosystem. Although Bitget is very large as a centralized exchange, we are top 4 in derivative market, top 8, 9-ish in spot market, according to CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap. That's some third-party data aggregator. But Bitget is not just an exchange. So if you look at this slide, it actually tells you what we offer to our users. We have the trading products such as bot trading, launch pool, launch pad, P2P trading, etc. We also have the earn and learn products. And more importantly, we have our whole Web3 ecosystem, where there is one of the largest Chinese-speaking, Mandarin-speaking crypto media called Foresight News. We own them. Foresight Ventures, that's a 400 million AUM fund, VC fund, who look into investing in startups. And then we also have swap and NFT offered at our decentralized wallet, Bitget wallet. And we are also offering a crypto card to our VIP and influencer users. For example, I do have that Visa card that Bitget is offering. So wherever Visa is accepted, this card is accepted. And you can use this card to even buy grocery, shopping at Amazon, or do your Grab kind of rides. So we offer lots of things. And building that ecosystem is very, very key to our growth. Because if you think about a Web3 project, when they want to when they just start off, they may just have one idea and 2 people, and they can go to our VC arm for investment. And then later on, when they grow up bigger, they may want to do a centralized exchange listing, and that's where Bitget may come along. And when they grow even bigger, they need some media publication. They may need us to, cover it, so our news business will come in. So it feels like watching a project, or as well as watching certain sector growing from baby to kindergarten to university to finding a job. And we do want to be a service provider along that whole supply chain. So that will bring me to the third point I want to talk about is, so by the way, these are all our ecosystem partners. The blog is one of the largest English-speaking crypto media. So that one brings me to the third point I want to make, which is strategic partnership. So we have lots of influencers helping us promoting the project. And as an earlier one, we also provide launch pool for our users. So in launch pool, this is a particular product a little bit different from just purchasing token itself, which we call it spot trading. Launch pool is where any user, including yourself, if you have a little bit USDT or BTC, you can stake it and earn the launch pool project token. And that means the project need to collaborate with us, offer some token through us to our users. So there's lots of deeper collaborations that we ask from the project. And there's a reason that we have only listed 60 plus tokens until today, plus 70 plus tokens on our launch pool, but we have 800 plus tokens available for purchasing, for trading at our spot market. Because launch pool project, we want to be very selective. And why they want to give us those tokens is because we provide values. So think about that value chain, whatever business you are doing, hopefully that's a tip or that's something can be helpful. Think about the value that you can provide to your users, to your ecosystem partners, etc., so that we can build stronger partnership and we can grow our business together. Same goes to influencers and how we support some top projects. The last thing I want to talk about is what we truly believe is a rising tide raises all the boats. So for us to continue work in this industry and continue thriving, we want to create value not just for us or not just for our partners, but for the whole industry in general. And one way of creating that value is to bring in new users. I guess that's why I'm here speaking to many of you who probably even don't, probably not heard of Bitcoin earlier or not holding any Bitcoin as of today, but interested in blockchain technology, interested in knowing more about cryptocurrency. So we want to create that value for our industry by bringing more users on board. Indeed, if you think about it, Bitcoin, when it came out in 2008 and 2009, when Satoshi Nakamoto wrote the Bitcoin paper, and our industry started to build something on that. We have lots of promises. For example, one of the promises is indeed my topic today, mass adoption. But we have looked at so many Web2 apps, for example, Grab, that probably many of you are using. I also use it today to ride from my hotel here. So Grab has more than 1 million users just in Vietnam. But in Web3 startups, how many projects have more than 1 million users? Actually, the number is very small. So we really want to, have more users on board, try the applications, try to interact with the public chains. Not just holding one Bitcoin, but holding one Bitcoin is a starting point. And I think even until today, when Bitcoin is trading at about 95K, you will think it's still early if you look at it like in long horizon, in like 10 years. I do personally think, but no financial advice, but I do think you will hit 500K within a few years. So starting with that, with holding one Bitcoin and getting to know more about our industry. What we do here to attract more volume and value to our industry is we build lots of partnerships. So we've sponsored lots of sports partnership. One of the key things here I would say is 𝗏𝗏𝘕. So just another round of hands show us. So how many of you have heard 𝗏𝗏𝘕? Okay, much better now. The others, I will assume that they just don't understand what I'm speaking in terms of language, but 𝗏𝗏𝘕, he is like one of the, maybe not one of, but the most famous football player. I had the privilege of meeting him in Miami last year because we work with him. And even more lucky is I actually signed him up before the World Cup. Signed him up as our ambassador before the World Cup. So while during the World Cup in Qatar, the final, I was in the Qatar, I think it's called Lusail Stadium, together with some of our partners, watching that game where Argentina played against France. Me being not a big super football fan, I was already crying, jumping up and down, and thinking about watching that game. But basically, that's one of the key partnerships we had. And this year, we also signed La Liga, which is the Spanish league, football league, which is the home to Real Madrid and Barcelona, etc. So we've done lots of sport partnerships, and we want to bring more sport fans into our industry. Something else that we did, we want to build a more equitable future. So we've initiated 2 campaigns, which we call Blockchain for Her and Blockchain for Youth. Actually, among all the top 10 exchanges in the world, I'm the only female CEO. I'm proud of that, of course, but I think we as an industry should work around the gender ratio in our industry. So that's why we started Blockchain for Her. We want to provide resource to the female leaders, to the female young talents to onboard them. Blockchain for Youth, similarly, we do see that there is a gap in terms of the young generation. They are very interested in crypto or in understanding blockchain. So we've committed 10 million USD to each project, so 20 mil in total, so that we can really build something out of it. We started to do lots of events around the world already. So that's just another thing that we did to onboard new users and to create value for our industry. Well, just a quick recap. So my topic today, I'm talking about mass adoption, and I want to share 4 strategies that we used at Bitget that we think are helpful to our growth. They are focused on results, ecosystem building, strategic partnerships, and create more value for our industry. Because we do think that take deliberate actions, we should make it happen. And we want to provide more value to our users through our ecosystem. And we want to care about our partners. And at the end, like I said, a rising tide lifts all boats. And we want to help to make that happen. So this is what I promised. It's OKR so-called handbook that our company, our HR came up with. If you have a startup in Web3, or if you have a company that you are building, I think this OKR system might be helpful to your management. That's all from me. We do have a booth outside. I'll be there for a while, so happy to chat with you if you have a good idea, if you are interested in joining our industry. We do have more than 100 job openings around the world. Many of them are remotes, and some of them are also regional focused. And later in the afternoon, we do have another conference, like more for press release session at a nearby hotel, JW Marriott, where we will announce a very key partnerships that we have here in Vietnam. So hope to see you more later at our booth or at our conference, our press release. And thank you so much. Gom on, is that thank you? Thank you. Gom on.